All right, let's get into game one here of the World Series. As we mentioned, it will be Blake Snell on the road, starting here for the Dodgers. It'll be Kevin Gausman for the Toronto Blue Jays. Odds courtesy here of, excuse me, Bet Online for game one. And as I pull it up, here we go. Right now, the Dodgers are a minus 148 road favorite, plus 134 on the money line for the Toronto Blue Jays. Total set at 7.5 in this game here, Griffin. What are your thoughts on game one?
Yeah, so unfortunately, playoff totals are really difficult for me. Regular season totals, if there is guys that are not available on the bullpen from the bullpen, that's a huge, huge win because they worked a lot or something like that. I generally like overs if a starter has to be in there, and I don't think the starter is very good. There's all those sort of things. We've seen the sickness that is Major League Baseball managers in the playoffs just over using their bullpen, and it's knocked teams out of the playoffs into something that I'm really looking forward to potentially trying to avoid next season when the teams behind they tend to overmanage and things get way worse than if they left it as is. The nice part in game one, there should be no desperation. Yes, the Blue Jays need to win this game. They probably know that. But at worst, you're down 1-0 and you come back on Saturday, October 25th. So I think the Blue Jays plus 134, I don't bet road favorites, any sport, literally, unless I don't believe there's a home field advantage, which you see in cross pond soccer when there are these like fake home teams because UEFA won't let games be played in Israel, essentially. There's one of those situations where I'm okay with it. I'm certainly not in Major League Baseball, but Blake Snell has been so good. I don't know how the Blue Jays are going to connect with his changeup, which he literally just threw. I mean, even Pat Murphy was talking about it in game one against after the post game interview. He said, "Yeah, I think he just threw a changeup for the last 6 innings, and we had no chance." So if he doesn't even have to use more than one pitch, and they know exactly what's coming, like good luck. Um, the Blue Jays can do everything they can to foul things off, and I think they're kind of a mirror image to what the Brewers were. Both one seeds, which is kind of wild, but neither expected. And I mean, if Blake Snell's an off night, we've seen him be wild before. But the nice part about his wildness, if you are a Blake Snell truther, is that when he's wild, he walks someone and then he strikes out the next guy because he's just unhittable. And it just depends if you think it's going in the zone or not. I can't see Blake Snell's momentum streak, whatever we call it, busting here. And when we talked about all year, if you're looking to bet run lines, you really don't want to give the road team. I mean, you don't want it on a home team necessarily because the road team's getting 9 at bats, and that extra insurance run can be really detrimental late. It certainly works if the Blue Jays scored a run to lose by a single run late, but I mean, you're not getting like someone like the best option, whether Dave Roberts knows what it is or not. I'm sure he's got a note card that says it. I just don't see like the relief coming here for the Blue Jays. So it's like one of those, if you are interested in the Blue Jays, I think this is a game they can win. They have a great starter going. Kevin Gausman, 4-0 last four starts against the Yankees after getting blasted in his opener, which is pretty impressive. Dodgers are not exactly Yankees, but certainly there are similarities with home run threats and things like that of those two teams. Dodgers clearly much deeper as a squad, better in a lot of places, of course, but I could see that the pitchers are just so talented. This is a low scoring game, and the best bullpen arms are used as soon as possible. I don't know what that means for the Dodgers, to be frank, but I think we see plenty of Louis Varland from the Blue Jays, who's got an awesome arm. We see Sir Anthony Dominguez has been great. Jeff Hoffman, like that's another thing in the playoffs is that I feel like some managers have been like saving arms, but a lot of them don't and use their best just because they know there's a lot of off days built in. And there's a, you decide whether you want your closer for the Jays get seen multiple games because the more he's seen, the less likely he is to convert a save later. But if you're down a run, the Blue Jays are likely bringing in Jeff Hoffman to keep that game close in the top of the ninth inning when he, during the regular season, would not be out there at all unless he needed work, which would help the Jays run line and under possibilities, but and money line, of course. But I don't know who's fading Blake Snell right here. So we could see this number climb significantly. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, Blake Snell, the two starts he's made, in the postseason. 14 innings, pitch only allowed 2 hits to the Phillies and the ice we talked about with the Brewers. 19 combined strikeouts, 4 walks. I think the more impressive part for me about what Blake Snell did against the Brewers, Griffin, in that start was he didn't allow any walks. And we're so used to seeing Blake Snell like at least give up 2 walks in any start, whether it's a postseason or whether it's more obviously in the regular season instead of in a regular season there. So that was very, very impressive for me. So I think this could be a lower scoring game. I think I, I'm always curious to see, which pitcher really settles in into those first couple innings and, is able to give each of their respective teams, that link that they need, especially in a game one. But I like the under 7.5 here, but I think I'm more on the Dodgers side as well here, at least for game one. But I think that we could see another masterclass here from Blake Snell for sure. I mean, it's you mentioned it, right? With the changeup, and just the momentum that he has and just building off of what he was able to do in the first 2 postseason starts that he made in the division series and the league championship series has been great. And I know we've talked a lot about Kevin Gausman, especially at home, not only this season, but I know we talked about him a lot last season there as well. And he was a little bit worse at home from, I guess, from a very standard ERA perspective there, but did give him 14 home runs compared to 7 on the road um, during the regular season. And the start that he did make against the Mariners in the 3-1 loss, he did also give up a home run in that game as well there. So again, I think that's going to be another key for Kevin Gausman is that can he keep the ball from going over the fence? And I think that's going to be a tough order going up against this lineup of the against the LA Dodgers there. So game one, give me the Dodgers minus 148. Give me the under 7.5 as well in this game. Anything else for game one here, Griffin?
I think I'm with you on under. I don't know. Most of the time when I bet unders, I split first half and game.
Sure.
I don't know that I feel differently from that. There are no Manfred men to worry about though, which is like honestly a huge, huge deal for totals players in the playoffs. I don't know why we don't go back to that, but that's a whole another podcast, so I'll just leave it there. I think the different. I mean, these starters are great. I feel like there's a possibility we see, even if there are some early runs, this like grinding to a halt though, and
Yeah.
the best bullpen arms coming in, and you just need the game to be close. And I guess that's something that would probably have to happen early if the Dodgers are going to really expand that lead. I don't really see the Blue Jays doing it, so I think under is my favorite play on this one.